Is your engine feeling weak, sluggish, or maybe even misfiring every now and then, all while that annoying check engine light stares you down from the dashboard? If you have pulled the code P2018, you are dealing with an intake manifold runner position sensor circuit, intermittent on bank 1. Now, do not let that technical jargon scare you. Basically, this code, which is super common on vehicles made after 2003 like Fords, Toyotas, and Volkswagens, is telling us that the computer is confused about the air intake. Your engine has these little flaps inside the intake manifold, often called IMRC valves, that open and close to control airflow depending on how fast you are driving. The computer needs to know exactly where those flaps are to give you the right mix of fuel and air. When you get this code on bank 1, which is the side of the engine with the number 1 cylinder, the signal from that sensor is cutting in and out. It is intermittent. This causes symptoms like poor fuel economy, a lack of power when you step on the gas, and that illuminated malfunction indicator lamp. So, what causes this? Honestly, a lot of the time it is just gunk. Carbon buildup inside the intake can make those flaps stick or bind so they literally cannot move where they need to go. It could also be a bad sensor, a faulty actuator, or wiring issues like melted plastic or corroded connectors. Before you go buying parts, start with the basics. Check for any technical service bulletins for your specific car, because this might be a known factory issue with an easy fix. Also, look for other codes first. If you have other engine performance codes, fix those first, because a vacuum leak or an exhaust leak can trick the computer into setting this code. If you are ready to get your hands dirty, locate the IMRC valve and check the wiring. Look for bare wires or corrosion. Clean the terminals with electrical contact cleaner and maybe a little plastic brush. If the wiring looks good, clear the code and see if it comes back. If it does, you might need to use a digital volt ohm meter to check the signal wire while someone revs the engine. You want to see that voltage change smoothly. If the electrical side checks out, you physically need to see if those flaps are stuck. Disconnect the linkage and try to move them by hand. If they are binding or loose, you are likely looking at replacing the intake manifold or the IMRC assembly. It is a bit of a job, so if you are not comfortable tearing into the top of the engine, this is the point where you might want to call in a pro.